Hey everyone, it's Monday and it is October the 17th and it's the Unbreakable podcast. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I did sort of. Those Eagles. We're going to talk about those Eagles. We're going to talk about these Phillies playing tonight. And we're also going to talk about Taylor Swift and zombies. What a diverse show, huh? Oh my God, jam-packed. So let's get right to it. Thank you for everyone who's watching or listening out there. I sometimes wonder if there's anybody, but I've been assured from my friends on Twitter and other people who watch that, yes, there are at least two people watching. So that's a good thing. Our friend Bud is here sleeping. Unfortunately, Bud's having a little bit of a bad day with his arthritis. Poor guy. He's 189 years old, but he's still kicking. Got a little extra medication today, so he snored away on the rug here with us. All right, let's talk Eagles first. Let's get that out of the way. Um, what a pathetic effort yesterday. Well, you know what? You turn the ball over four times, you deserve to lose, right? In one way, I think the Eagles played down to their opponent again, the Jets. They may have taken the Jets for granted a little. Maybe they were looking ahead to the Dolphins next week. Uh, they just didn't play well. I mean, you can't even say Lane Johnson's injury. That had a lot to do with it. I mean, Jalen Hurts was running for his life most of the game because Jack Driscoll, who filled in for Lane Johnson after Johnson got hurt, sucked back there. I just put it right out there. He sucked. Uh, but even so, I don't know. The Eagles seem to come out with no passion. They seem really flat, which is really unusual for a Nick Sirianni team. He usually has the team up, regardless of who they're playing. Eagles usually at least show some emotion. Yesterday they were so flat, and they gave the game away. I mean, all those turnovers. Jalen Hurts was lousy. I mean, that's what he's getting paid for, to take the team down, last second victory, pull it out of the fire. He didn't do it. I hate to use that word hate. I dislike the new offensive coordinator. I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's inconsistent with the play calling. Uh, I think Nick Sirianni still is too much into analytics like that. Eagles had the lead. Jets, I'm sorry. Jets had no timeouts. Eagles third down and 9. All they had to do was run the ball, take some time off the clock, punt the ball deep into the Jets territory. The Jets would have had to go all that way just to try to field goal. If you have faith in your defense, and the defense played well yesterday, you let the defense win the game there, right? Instead, Sirianni decided to go for a difficult 3rd and 9. It's not like a push-tush brotherly shove thing. We only need 1 yard, 9 yards. And Hurts throws the interception. That was the game. That was a coaching mistake. The play calling was erratic. Devontae Smith dropped at least two catchable balls. Yes, the injuries hurt both on defense and offense, but the Eagles deserve to lose. And what's pathetic is they have really the toughest part of the schedule coming up. The Dolphins, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Chiefs are all ahead, and they lose to a pathetic team like the Jets. I don't care if the Jets are 3-3; they're pathetic. They have a weak quarterback. And then their coaches boasted, "Oh, well, we kicked their ass, blah, 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 blah." The hell with him. The Jets aren't going anywhere. It's the first time ever in the history of these teams that the Jets beat the Eagles. They could crow all they want. They're not going anywhere. The Eagles will be in the playoffs, but this loss hurts because, yes, San Francisco lost 2 yesterday. That's what hurts because it was a winnable game for the Eagles. They could have been up on the home field advantage over San Francisco. San Francisco lost to Cleveland yesterday at Cleveland. Cleveland's a better team than the Jets are, so that didn't surprise me as much. But what's going to hurt is at the end of the year, you're going to remember this game, this loss against the Jets, because it all comes down to that: who has the best record, who gets the home field advantage, who gets to bye, which is big, to rest up at the end of this year. And if the Eagles miss out on that, they're going to look back on this loss to the Jets, and they're going to kick themselves in the rear. So with that said, next week, they're playing on Sunday Night Football against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, oh my God, high-octane offense. But even though the Eagles are playing crappy, they're still 5-1, and they're going to be home next week on national TV after being embarrassed. I think the Eagles are going to come out next Sunday and kick some ass. That's just my feeling. We'll see what happens during the week with injuries and so forth. I mean, if they don't have Lane Johnson next week, that's going to be big. That's going to be big. We already saw what life without Lane Johnson is like, and it's not pretty. So let's see what happens during the week. It's just my feeling that the odds makers are going to make the Dolphins. Wouldn't that be something if the Eagles were underdogs at home? Oh, geez. It could happen. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think the Dolphins may be underdogs by 3 points or less. It's really going to be close, but I just see the Eagles coming back out and making amends. We'll see what happens. We have plenty of time to talk about that down the road. Hey, did you hear about this? The NFL is thinking about putting the Super Bowl in foreign soil in Europe as soon as 2026, either in England or Germany. How stupid is that? I mean, number one, the Super Bowl is not the World Cup. The Super Bowl belongs in America, on American soil, okay? Number two, what about the weather, right? It's cold over in Europe in February. Hello, Roger Goodell. It's not like you're playing in California or Florida or in a dome. No, it's cold over there. And number three, and big, the time difference. So you're going to start a Super Bowl over there at like 2:00 in the afternoon here, which would be like 8:00 at night there when it's cold. You're going to do that? I mean, the Super Bowl is a big party day, right? So, it's just going to mess up things for all the fans. I don't think they should do it. I think they should keep the Super Bowl in America where it belongs. But it's all greed, it's all money, and that's what they're doing it for, And they want to expand to, I mean, someday there's going to be teams, a European League teams, division, Germany, England, and that's all well and good. But to put the Super Bowl in Europe is just greed and money and just stupid. The other thing I wanted to talk about, did you hear about this zombies thing? Somebody did a article in the newspaper because there was nothing else to write about, I guess, that Pennsylvania, they figured this out somehow. Somebody had a lot of time on their hands. Pennsylvania is in horror movies, deaths in horror movies. Pennsylvania leads the country in deaths in horror movies, and mostly because of zombies. The two big zombie movies, Night of the Living Dead and something else of the Living Dead, or I don't know. Number one, they were both filmed outside of Pittsburgh, PA. Why, I don't know. Number two, because most zombies, there are a lot of zombies die in these movies, they counted up all the deaths and they figured out, well, Pennsylvania must be the creepiest state, which is stupid. Think about it. that brings up a question. Are zombies dead already? How can you kill a zombie if a zombie's dead already? Hey, does that count? I don't know. Did you hear about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce out on the town in New York City? Of course, Travis played Thursday, so they had all this time. Uh, he showed up at the Jets and Eagles game yesterday, sunglasses on, hoodie, didn't want to be seen. Taylor Swift was nowhere around. But during the weekend, they were seen holding hands, kissing, going out, making the town, making the rounds in New York City, the Big Apple, and all these reports from these parties here. Like they were seen kissing, they were seen whispering, they were talking to this guy, they were talking to this guy, they were talking, and it was so nice. Who cares? You know what? Congrats and good luck to those kids. I hope they have fun together. It seems like they're getting along. Uh, isn't that something? It went from Travis Kelce. Oh, almost dropped my mic there. Travis Kelce pining over Taylor Swift after seeing her in concert at Arrowhead Stadium, and then now they're together. Dreams do come true. So good luck to them. But I don't really need to hear like, oh, he was talking to him and they was talking to them and they were eating this and they were whispering this and they went, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so the last thing I wanted to say today on this jam-packed program are the Phillies. And they're playing tonight and they're playing in the National League Championship Series again. And they're starting off playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, I think the Phillies are going to win in 5, 6 at the most. Until somebody beats the Phillies in Philadelphia, I can't give the Diamondbacks any games here at home. The first 2 games in Philly, I count them as Phillies wins 2-0. I could see the Diamondbacks maybe winning 2 out of 3 in Arizona. That's fine. They come back here for game 6. Phillies win game 6, and there you go. They're on to the World Series. I think, though, the Phillies win 2 here, go out to Arizona, and win 2 out of 3 out there. Both teams are hot. Arizona, can't overlook them because Arizona is undefeated in the postseason. They have Zach Gallen's pitching tonight, local kid, good pitcher, really good pitcher. The thing is, Arizona is young, and Arizona, this is their first real time in the spotlight, under the bright lights. How are they going to react? How are they going to react, especially with the Philadelphia crowd roaring at them? They said that they were piping in noise in Arizona to try to duplicate the sound of the Philly crowd. It's not going to work because you could pump in all the sound you want, but you're not going to pump in things like "you suck," the things that the Philly crowd say. And me, I'm a part of it too. You suck. Go to hell. Go back to Arizona where you belong. Things like that. Game 1 tonight, Zach Wheeler against Zach Gallen, 2 Zachs. And I think it's going to be a good game tonight, but I think the Phillies pull it out 4-2. Let's say 4-2, okay? And we'll see what happens tomorrow. So we'll have a wrap up. Hey, good news, those Texas Rangers, who I did predict to win the American League and play the Phillies in the World Series. They won last night against those cheating, stinking Astros. So Texas is up 1-0. Texas is undefeated in the playoffs too. They're a good team. They catch the ball. They hit like crazy. They have decent pitching. Their bullpen is so-so, but they have a good, solid team. Don't forget, Texas was in first place in American League West for most of the season. The Astros overtook them the last weekend. So don't overlook Texas. This is actually a first place team playing as a wild card team. They got beat out at the end, but they're very good. So I think Texas will go on and win that series and eventually play our Phillies in the World Series. That's going to be a good series. The Phillies will win because I think the Phillies are a team of destiny. They're going to win the World Series this year. Book it. But it's not going to be easy. Texas is a very good team. And I could see the series going even 6, 7 games. But we'll get to that later. That's down the road. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you guys have a great day. It's a nice, sunny, cool day here in Zombie Land, otherwise known as Pennsylvania. And I hope you'll tune in again tomorrow. Hit like or subscribe or whatever, and tell your friends. Share the podcast. And, if they want some fun to smile a little bit, talk about zombies, this is the place to come. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Go Phillies.